So we're in the nectar business. We're simply giving out nectar. And people say that in New York, Hare Krishna Maharaj was saying that someone sat down to him in the subway and said, my daughter's in college and I'm having trouble at the house. I'm thinking about getting a little bit into spiritual life, so I was thinking about going down to the meditation club, but they charge $135. So then I thought, well, maybe I should get into Hare Krishna because it's free. But, why is it free? Is it free because it's just, free, or is it actually kind of, it's not worth anything? And that this is the way that people were thinking. Of course, this is what happens. Because it's being given out free, people think if you go and hand someone, here's a diamond, I'm giving you a diamond. Just like there used to be a television show, something about a guy walk up and give a person $1 million check. First reaction was, it must be a ripoff. It's just someone's kidding me. You come up and give someone a diamond, he thinks, what is this? Joke? If you come up and give someone, this is a piece of glass, oh beautiful. Or if you come up and here in our restaurant, we were saying that free prasadam, no one would come. We put $1.50, it's packed up every day. Because it's free. Free means it's not worth anything. Must be useless. But if you charge something, then people can give it a value. This is the mentality. But we can't, it's against our principle. We can't charge for Krishna consciousness. If you want to give something, that's another thing. But the system is that nobody can take any material benefit. We can, whatever we have to pay for, books, beads, that's another thing. But actually the Krishna conscious philosophy, no one can, if you make a business out of it, then it is not proper. It's forbidden. So people think, well, this is, they charge so much to get yoga lessons, and they come to the Hare Krishna temple, they don't even charge me anything. It must not be worth anything. So therefore it takes a more intelligent person to understand, oh, this is the real thing. So we're just simply requesting everyone, read our books, chant Hare Krishna. You don't have to chant here. Only you can chant here, you can chant in your house, and you can chant in your train, you can chant on the bus, you can chant on the plane, and you can lock yourself in the closet and chant. You can go out in the woods, sit down and chant. And then you realize, yes, I am Aham Brahmasmi, I'm spirit soul, I'm eternal. I'm Krishna Das, Anu Das, Anu Das. And there's ultimately a supreme spirit, a supreme living being. And I have a relationship with that supreme being. And that is of deep, intense love. And all these days, all these births, after birth after birth, I've forgotten him, and therefore I've been suffering. Because my real friend I have neglected. And Krishna is simply waiting, when will the soul look to me? When will he give up this forgetful mood? So all this comes spontaneously simply by chanting. One feels Krishna. We can speak here till we turn blue in the face. But ultimately if someone simply chants and simply renders some service, then he can taste one drop of that ocean of nectar and understand, yes, Krishna is there. Krishna, he can understand that Krishna is very kind and that the spiritual nectar of Krishna consciousness makes everything else look bland and vacuum.
Jayapataka Swami Maharaj.